Hey y'all, it's Dr. Donicia, and on this episode of Healed and Whole, I want to talk about some tips and tricks for after your fibroid surgery. So after I had surgery, there are a lot of things that I researched ahead of time to help prepare for my recovery journey after getting surgery. And the first thing that I will say is that after I left the facility, I didn't need to take any narcotics, which I was really surprised about. I had pain, but a lot of the pain was controlled by high dose ibuprofen, honestly. Some of the pain that I was experiencing was mainly from the gas, which was so strange, but a lot of people were saying that. And so I was just experiencing like the sharp like pain in like my abdomen and my back. And honestly, like the pain meds weren't going to really do much for that anyway. So one of the things that I did was just make sure that I was drinking plenty of fluids, that I was drinking a lot of warm fluids too, just to really help expel that gas. And I also took Gas-X. I was talking to the anesthesiologist about this, but he kind of was like, I don't know if it's going to really do anything, but I just had it and tried it because I'm like, what can it hurt, you know? When I was talking to the anesthesiologist, he explained to me before having the surgery that they're gonna basically just put like a breathing tube down my throat, so you will have a sore throat for a little bit. So what I ended up buying was the Mary Ruth's throat spray. None of this is sponsored, y'all. I'm just literally sharing what I did. But I bought the Mary Ruth's throat spray and I had that at the side of my bed, and like here and there I would like be spraying it on my throat just to help like coat it and to just also help make it like heal a little faster, because it was just so scratched up and so dry and just it was just so sore. So that was something that I also had ready to go after I had my surgery. Make sure that you have pads ready. Like, I wasn't on my period, but after the surgery, there was just a lot of stuff coming out, okay? Like, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all because this is stuff that I wish I would have known ahead of time. Thankfully, I always have pads, but I didn't think I would need it like that. But yeah, you're gonna need to be wearing a pad at least like every day for a good week or so. But there was just things like fluids that were different colors, and nothing was an infection, you know, but it was just like, oh, let me wear a pad or else I'm gonna leak on myself. I eventually did get my period, and the surgeon did tell me that the first two periods that I have were going to be pretty heavy just because like your uterus is still healing. So I eventually did get my period probably like, I want to say a week or two later, and it was heavy, but it was definitely like more moderate than like before. My periods were like super heavy before. Like I would be changing like the overnight maxi pads every like 2 hours, and yeah, but it wasn't that bad after. And also have wipes too, because the first night, like my family had to help me like wipe and stuff. So it was just nice to just have all of that set out and laid out and ready so that it wasn't like you weren't scrambling when you were able to use the bathroom. Y'all, I don't know how to explain it, but after having the surgery, it was like my urge to pee and my bladder were not connected. It's like they weren't linked. So it's like my sister had to be like, you need to use the bathroom. Like, you haven't used the bathroom yet. I'm like, I don't feel like I have to use the bathroom. So she was like, no, like just come, because the nurses said that it doesn't link. I was like, what are you talking about? So I would go to the bathroom, literally sit on the toilet, my sister, and I'm like, I don't feel anything. She's like, no, just wait. Next thing you know, I'm like peeing like crazy. I was like, what in the world? So even if you don't necessarily have the urge to pee, like, and you know that you've been drinking fluids and stuff, and you probably should be peeing, like sit on the toilet and it'll link eventually. And that took some time to really kind of get back aligned. Honestly, like a few days even, where I was just kind of like sitting on the toilet and I'm like, and it hurt a little bit. Not that it hurt like to pee, but you felt it like in your bladder. Like it was kind of like, ooh, like I definitely feel something. And honestly, that doesn't go away for some time. Because even now, like if I have gas or like if I have to poop or something, like I kind of feel a little discomfort. It's nothing crazy, but I still feel that. So, you know, my surgeon told me that it really takes like a good 6 months for your uterus to like go back to size. He told me my uterus was 3 times its size. So, you know, but yeah, so definitely, you know, be mindful of that. And also, just like one of the things that I just prepared myself ahead of time was to just take it easy. You know, don't force your body to do anything more than you should, but just take it easy on yourself. But yeah, I really just wanted to just share like a quick video on some of the things that I had ahead of time. I didn't experience any vomiting or nausea or anything, so I know some people may experience that. And if you do, you know, it may be something to, you know, think about having, like, make sure you have like trash can next to your bed, little baggies. I did have little baggies, but I didn't need to use them. So that was something that I didn't worry too much about. And also, like, I'll go into another video on like foods that I eat and diet and all that stuff, but I really kept it simple. I didn't want anything processed, anything refined. Like, I really wanted just to eat whole foods, you know, a lot of fruits and things that were like not too heavy on my body. So, oh, another thing I would say is make sure you have your sweats ready. Like, honestly, wearing tights and things of that sort was not, it wasn't gonna work because they went through my belly button, so it was really sore there. So you wanna have something that is like loose fitting. So make sure you have sweatpants, pajama pants, like loose fitting clothing that you can easily, like, you know, pull down and pull up, and nothing that is like too compressing, like if you have like tights and stuff. And also, I made sure I had compression socks. Although I was trying to walk around as much as I needed to, I made sure that I wore compression socks just to help avoid any clots because I was laying down a lot. So I would wear them every single time I showered. So those are just some things that, you know, I had ahead of time to really help make sure that my recovery process was pretty smooth. At the end of the day, your journey is your journey. And, you know, do your research, see what you think would be helpful for you. And yeah, I want y'all to comment below if you've had surgery. What are some things that you wish you would have known ahead of time? What are some things that you did know that was helpful? Please, like, let this be a community where we can learn and grow from each other. Don't forget to also share this with someone. I pray that it is encouraging, that it is helpful. But yeah, share it, subscribe, and let's be healed and whole together. Bye, y'all.